Hi everybody, welcome to Health Insight with Health Coach Deb. My name is Deborah Owen and I am a certified health coach. I went to IIN and then furthered my education with the medical examiners and got my national board certification this year. So the topic today is going to be, why do New Year's resolutions fail? This is sort of a fun little topic, and I thought all of us kind of know what that's like. It's the beginning of the new year and we're making some New Year's resolutions, or at least we're thinking about them. And we all know that, it's sort of the joke in a way too, that New Year's resolutions just don't work. But there's a reason why they don't work. And so I'm just going to kind of touch on it a little bit today. There's a lot more information than what I'm going to share with you right now about why they don't work. But I thought it'd be kind of nice just to kind of go over a briefing of the reasons why. So some of the ones that are the ones that stand out to me would be, they're always about the end result. So how many times have you thought, gee, this year I want to lose 10 pounds, 50 pounds. It could be, I'm going to try to save, $100 a month this month. For the rest of the year. Maybe you want to take a family vacation, or you wish you had more energy. So there's a whole variety of things that could be your New Year's resolutions. And the reason why most of them fail is because you're not dealing with the one word in there that is resolution, which is to resolve. So usually what people do is they have the same behavior patterns as they've had prior, right? All you know is what you know. You can't problem solve your own problems because you have the same pattern of thinking and doing and not following through that you have with all the others, whether it be not just your New Year's resolutions, but trying a new diet, or what have you. A lot of it has to do with your mindset. How do you process the information? So this might sound kind of heavy and it might sound kind of boring, and maybe it's common sense to you as you're listening to me, or like, yeah, we know that, right? You probably figured out, hey, if I don't have a good plan, just like anything, it's not going to work, right? Just like if you want to have a great vacation, you just don't usually buy your tickets without plans of where are you staying? How are you going to get to the airport? What sort of things do you need to pack, right? You make a plan for that. And many times with resolutions or new behaviors of things, unless we have a really good plan, most things fail. The other thing, though, that is more getting to the core of it is, why do you want that in your life in the first place? It's really easy for us just to make a end goal, which would be, for example, I want to lose 50 pounds this year, which I know is a lot of weight, but I'm just using that as an example. That is your end result. How to get there, how to navigate through that is something that you can probably get through maybe a self-help book, or joining Beachbody or Weight Watchers, anything like that, right? There's tools out there, and there's apps out there, and there's YouTube, there's all those things out there that could really kind of get your foot in the door as to what guidelines you need to go by in order to make that weight loss happen for you. But the thing that weight loss books and these apps and, all this other isn't going to do for you is to really get to the core as to why you want to make that change for yourself in the first place. A lot of times if I ask some of my clients this question, I might get a very common generic answer. Well, because I want to have, more energy to play with my grandchildren. Or I want to have health so that, I can be here to enjoy my life to the best that I can. Those are really good reasons, but there are also much more layers that we can get down to as far as what's the really driving force. So that's a lot of what helps build self-confidence, self-efficacy, and your own internal beliefs, is making big goals into small bite-size pieces. And that that isn't really when we want to make a change. That isn't really how we think. We think the big picture, the big goal, and a lot of times what happens is we get fatigued and we get tired and then we just give up. And that's a lot of times why when people join a gym at the beginning of the year, the gyms are really busy, or the weights and the treadmills are all purchased at the beginning of the year, and then it just sits in your room or it's in your closet and it's getting dust. And right, we've all done that. I've done that many times myself. We get fatigued by the effort. So that's really something where if you're working with a coach or if you're finding a mentor, that really kind of helps. That's what we do as coaching too, is we help break all of that down to you and for you, so that these are achievable steps that you can actually get to where you want to go. That is not going to be found in self-help books. This is not going to be found in an app. This is not going to be found in some documentary or diet program that you're really gonna find. It's something that really is guidelined and specific just for you. So it's a little bit about coaching. It's a little bit about why New Year's resolutions fail. But to take the time and the effort to really dig deep and to make those changes for yourself does take work from you. And so what I want to just encourage you with today is you don't necessarily have to hire a health coach, and you don't have to go spend a lot of money on exercise equipment that probably isn't going to be lasting the whole year, or might sitting in your closet or collecting dust in your house. You don't have to do anything that drastic, but you could do something like grab a journal, just kind of spend some time asking some questions to yourself, like, why is this important to me? If I really want this in my life, if I really want to feel like I am not being pulled in 500 different directions, if I really would like to not have outside influences affecting how I feel on the inside. Maybe you suffer with stress and anxiety. Just kind of start talking to yourself in a way like you're seeing yourself through, like you're an observer of your life, and find it like interesting, like, gee, I wonder why I do that. I wonder why I made that choice, or I wonder why I'm giving up, or I don't feel like I can actually accomplish this. If you kind of come at it from a curiosity standpoint instead of a judgment standpoint, I would suggest that might be the first step for you to do when you're wanting to make a change, or while you're even in the midst of it. So if you do nothing else, watching my video is great, but I'm inviting you to listen to what I'm saying. It's one thing just to have noise on in the background. You got your YouTube on and it's streaming and it's flipping through all its different versions of what it is that you're listening to while you're cooking dinner or what have you. But I just encourage you, with my videos, please just really stop and take a moment just to listen to it. And that could actually be the first step towards making a change, is just hearing something with an open heart and an open mind and thinking, is there some truth to what I'm talking about? It might hit home to you. So I hope that you find my video interesting. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos. This is, like I said, this isn't going to be about aha moments. This isn't going to be about giving you some sort of really great insight that you don't intuitively know already. A lot of common sense stuff, right? But there's a lot of difference between common sense, which is your mind, and then knowing something within yourself, which is your heart, and really feeling like you're ready to make that change. But sometimes just thinking about it is the first step. And you can think about it for however long it takes until you really get to the heart of why you want to make that change, and when you feel like you're really ready to do it. But I do encourage you to do baby steps towards it, break it down, surround yourself with people that are doing what you want to do. Whether, positive people. And then find those people in your neighborhood or online communities that inspire you and are doing what you want to do, whether it's writing a book or deep sea diving or weight loss or stress management or whatever it is, nature hiking, surround yourself with those people. And they're really going to be a wonderful influence and insight for you as well. And again, as a health coach, this is what I do. Like I said, again, this is just a little tidbit of insight as far as why New Year's resolutions fail. So I invite you guys to watch more of my videos, subscribe, click like, share with a friend. If you know somebody who's struggling with something or has been talking about wanting to make a change, maybe they might find this useful. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in my future videos. Thank you guys, and God bless.